a huge believer that prayer works unless you're praying on the fall off of Alabama football. Alabama going 8-4. How does that happen? When they are tied with Ohio State for the highest blue chip ratio in college football entering this season. 89% of Alabama's roster this year is comprised of 4- and 5-star players. Kalen DeBoer has proven to be an elite coach. He went 4-1 against top 25 teams last year. The only issue is that Alabama played down the competition, but that shouldn't be an issue anymore. Alabama's mantra heading into this second season under DeBoer is they want to smash ants with a sledgehammer. And there were a bunch of issues that plagued Kalen DeBoer in his first season at Alabama that he has fixed this offseason. You have Ty Simpson at quarterback, who should be an upgrade from Jalen Milroe because he'll be better throwing the football, more consistent throwing the ball than what Jalen Milroe was. Jalen Milroe had some good games, but he also had some really bad games, and most of his bad games came against the worst teams that Alabama played that they ended up losing to. He didn't play good against Vanderbilt. He struggled against Tennessee, and he also played really bad against Oklahoma. Ty Simpson should be able to have more consistency through the air than what Alabama had last season with Jalen Milroe. The ground game should also be a huge strength of Alabama this year. You have Jam Miller, who's a breakout candidate for Alabama, who is really underrated. Very good patience, good vision, has really good acceleration. The offensive line is also going to be good as well because you have 3 NFL offensive linemen this year that are probably going to go within the first 3 rounds of the 2026 draft. And the biggest addition that Kalen DeBoer made to overhauling this Alabama offense was bringing back his tag team partner, Ryan Grubb. Ryan Grubb has been everywhere that Kalen DeBoer has had success at. And last season, you can tell that he was a little bit lost without Ryan Grubb at times. The play calling wasn't as good as what it was when he was with Ryan Grubb at Washington. Now with him reunited with his tag team partner, expect for Alabama to have one of the best offenses in college football this year. They also have a top 5 defense on paper. They're loaded everywhere. They should be way better getting pressure on the quarterback this season. You have a healthy Deontay Lawson coming back, one of the best linebackers in college football this season. You have what could be considered the best secondary in college football, Damani Jackson, potential first-round pick at corner. You have Zabian Brown, who should have been a first-team true freshman All-American last year. You have Keon Slag coming back fully healthy. Alabama this season, for them to win anything less than 9 games, they need nothing but disaster to happen to this program. They need a rash of injuries. They need Kalen DeBoer to forget how to be a good coach, and then some for this team to once again underachieve and miss the playoffs like how they did in Kalen DeBoer's first season. Alabama had some flaws stemming from Nick Saban's retirement that nobody really wants to talk about. Nick Saban could have possibly won just as many games last year as what Kalen DeBoer did. In Nick Saban's final season, he had to beat Auburn by a prayer. Then in the SEC championship, you beat Georgia, but you get into the playoffs and you lose to a goal line stand against Michigan, a team that you are more than capable of being able to win. Nick Saban, his final season at Alabama, he overcame a lot of cracks in the foundation that he built. And Alabama, in the final 3 years under Nick Saban, wasn't as dominant as what they were during the majority of his tenure down there in Tuscaloosa. But nobody really wants to acknowledge that because we overlook it due to the greatness of Nick Saban. Kalen DeBoer won 9 games, which is the most wins that a first-year head coach has ever had in the history of Alabama football. And he lost more games year one at Alabama than he ever has had during the course of his career being a head coach, dating back to when he was winning national championships every year at the NIA level, back to when he was coaching at Washington. He never lost as much as what he did in 2024. So history tells us that Kalen DeBoer is primed for a huge season, year 2 at Alabama. History shows us that when Kalen DeBoer has a down season, which he's never had, it's not crazy to expect for Alabama to shake back in a major way under him. Kalen DeBoer, say what you want to about him playing down the competition, him not being the kind of disciplinarian that Nick Saban was. The guy knows how to win big games. He has beaten Kirby Smart, Dan Lanning, Steve Sarkisian. Over the last 3 years, Kalen DeBoer has assembled one of the best role galleries in college football in terms of the elite coaches that he has been able to reign victorious over. And when you give him a team this talented as what Alabama is heading into this season, not even prayer can make Alabama fall off this year.